Hello, Internet. Hello, YouTube. What a wonderful day. This is actually my third time recording this, and I hope it's going to be my last. But I'm recording on my phone this time. So we have Lizardking Godzilla, my OC, my normal, if you can call him normal Godzilla from his own series, a comic series called Lizardking Godzilla, or called Lizardking Godzilla or Greeniverse Godzilla, but I like to call him Lizardking Godzilla. Lizardking Godzilla sounds cooler. Versus one of my favorite YouTubers, Mazilla's Godzilla, who, though hasn't been seen in action on the channel as much, has been seen in action on Central versus OC, Godzilla OC War. And that's going to make this fight even more interesting. So, I'm too lazy to, because this is going to be my third time recording, go into all of the long stuff, but I'm just going to, say what I need to say. So, strength. Who has shown better strength feats? Okay, Godzilla has been shown picking up Ghidorah and throwing him around in their fight, who weighs 145,000 tons, which is the same as Monster vs. Ghidorah. He has the same weight as Monster vs. Ghidorah. He picked up through Gigan around. He's able to box with Gigan, who's around 90,000 tons. Beat Shin Godzilla to the ground and actually punch him with one arm, which is around the same way as normal Shin Godzilla, who's actually heavier than Monster vs. Godzilla. And Lizardking Godzilla has the body sculpt based on Monster vs. Godzilla, based on him able to just throw other characters around much easier. And it's just picked up much heavier characters. He don't hit Space Godzilla, or just physically overwhelmed him before. And doing that is a feat in itself. But Space Godzilla does weigh 70,000 tons. Now we have to get on to Maszilla. Maszilla through Ultrazilla and Croczilla and Goji Center's Game of Thrones Godzilla, who I don't know how much they weigh, but I'm guessing Ultrazilla is probably in the 90,000 tons zone. But Maszilla does not have the strength feat of lifting up someone who is the same way as Ghidorah currently does not have the same strength feat. So strength would have to go to Lizardking Godzilla. Speed. They're both based on Monster vs. Godzilla from their design, so that's equal. IQ. Just gonna get this out of the way from Maszilla. He hasn't shown insane IQ, but he has shown when he knows to not fight someone. He knew not to fight Vengeance Godzilla after Vengeance humbled him. He basically didn't do anything to him after, and understood to stay put. But he's able to cooperate with other Godzillas and team up with them when needed, which is really good for him. Able to fight those Godzillas off. And is able to get the advantage. Well, Lizardking Godzilla, just like Maszilla, they both show a good amount of emotion. Lizardking shows anger, grief, sadness. When his son's dead, he's able to cooperate with other kaijus, work with other kaijus, know how to destroy stuff when needed, know how to get out of very tough situations, and find kaiju's weaknesses. He knows when someone's a threat or is not a threat. He knows how he needs to, if he needs to get a power-up, he knows when to, and he basically doesn't really retreat. IQ is going to Lizardking. Battle IQ, Lizardking Godzilla. He's just, even though Maszilla has fought Godzillas, Lizardking has done the same. He fought Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla, and Raiju. Though his brother Raiju, they fought on friendly terms to see who's stronger. But you get it. So Battle IQ would go to Lizardking. Combat would easily go to Maszilla. He shows the suplex kaiju punched him, just shows a more traditional fighting style. Well, LK is more animalistic and shows bear or Komodo dragon-like fighting style. Power. As much as I want to give this to Maszilla, I would have to give it to LK for one reason. The multipliers for his thermal stage are about 7 trillion 99 million. That's the multiplier. At his max power and thermal. Like, what the heck is this? His thermal stage is his most powerful and cannot take any damage. And is immune to damage. Just like Maszilla's thermal stage. But I would have to give the edge to LK. His multiplier is higher. But he still can't stand it for like 10 years, like how Maszilla could definitely do that. But I do have to get the slight power edge too. Okay, Godzilla. Skill. Again, with combat, that at least know he has better skills. Maszilla. Durability. Who's more durable? Well, okay, Godzilla on the other hand has shown to bleed during his series, but it's not like he's dying after it. He takes a kaiju-sized chainsaw right into the chest. It cuts him up, but he instantly regenerates it. Like right after. He takes beams from Ghidorah, who are more powerful than his own. They are able to knock him over, but not damage him. He takes beams from Space Godzilla, which is able to burn his outside layer of skin, but not do anything. From the mech as well. And even if the mech did fire a beam in his mouth, this was before he had his insane regen, I still don't think it would have killed him. It would have done a lot of damage, but his insides are much hotter. A traditional kiss of death would not really work on him. Unless you had a beam so powerful it could blow his head off. But could he really regenerate from that? But Maszilla haven't been shown to take any vengeance for his Godzilla beams because vengeance never beamed him. Not shown to take beams from Ultrazill, but showed the struggle against Ultrazill's beams in OC Wars Part 3 more. But he did fight against Massacre and kind of tank his attacks, which is a massive feat in his own. Massacre being one of the most powerful Godzillas and one of the most powerful characters in fiction. He's up there. Probably like the top 30, 40 maybe. But he's definitely up there. But LK has shown the tank hits, though he bleeds sometimes, he can easily regenerate. He's taken an insane amount over his 7 appearances, because the next comic that's been done for actually like 2 years, I'll like put it out later sometime this week. Hacks. You could give it to LK Godzilla because of the forms, but I don't think he deserves that. Honestly, though he has like 7 or 10 forms, it might be a lot of forms, but it's a good hacks. Maszilla has something where he can stay in his thermal stage much longer than LK Godzilla. Though they both don't take any damage in thermal from basically everyone, one of them can last longer in their thermal stage. That's very important. LK loses hacks, but Godzilla takes hacks. We have experience. LK, he's just fought more kaiju, has a bigger roster. And the books or comics, first one takes place in 2019. Next one, probably around the summer of 2019, maybe early 2020. The third one, which is Godzilla Space Godzilla, 2021. So there's like a year gap, 1 to 2 year gap. The fourth one, late 2021. The fifth one, 2022. The sixth one, 2022, and the seventh one should take place in 2024 or 2023. He's been fighting for a pretty long time. Now, I want to get to our next category. X Factor. Again, Maszilla takes this. He can stay on thermal stage indefinitely. Well, LK cannot. And we're not using True Nuclear stage, which seems not to have a limit, but we're not going to use that because it hasn't even come out yet. Forms. Obviously, this goes to LK. He has godly, 10 forms. And then stamina. I'm giving this one to Mazilla. He doesn't show to get tired. Well, LK Godzilla's biggest flaw is he does show tiredness a lot. And it's a big issue for him. That's how beings like Space Godzilla and Ghidorah who don't get tired are able to beat him. And don't forget, kind of, Mecha Godzilla. Now, with the final score, now, drum roll please. Now we have a score of LK Godzilla 9 to 6. So LK Godzilla is winning 9 to 6. Now, which scaling am I using? If I'm using the scaling that the planet that LK Godzilla is on is a gas giant, then he should only get to solar system to above black hole level, to maybe low universal, which would mean Maszilla wipes the floor with him. But since I'm using the scaling that gives him all the way to that the planets are the size of multiverses, and since he has a lot of multiversal busting feats in this, if you use that, then he gets all the way above. He is stronger, he is smarter, has better battle IQ, and has lots of the points in where it needs. Is he really gonna win? That's the thing. Maszilla does have a good track record on this channel, winning the first fight he was in against a pre-evolved GXI Godzilla from part 1. I think that maybe I might do pre-evolved GXI Godzilla versus LK. I honestly think LK would win and overwhelm him. That's what happened with Maszilla. But Maszilla, again, is insanely powerful. And once he enters that normal stage, I don't know how LK Godzilla should be able to do it, because the last time he did it, he died and Mothra sacrificed herself. And that's how he got into it. But he only stayed and did 3 or 2 pulses. He did an atomic breath as well that ended off creating a massive pulse, but that's the issue. He can't stay in it indefinitely. Well, he can go into subatomic now. All his subatomic forms, on command, which is really powerful, but his subatomic forms are still not more powerful than Mazilla's thermal form. Subatomic 4 might be able to fight him, but lose. But we do have bionuclear, which he can go in at will after subatomic 4, which is a much weaker thermonuclear, which I could see handling Mazilla's thermal, but not being him. And if we go into thermal and we have who's going to last longer? If LK Godzilla could beat him in the thermal. His thermal is stronger, but the problem is he can't last longer. But even if he reverted back into base, he's not going to die right away, since he is fast, around the same speed. He can dodge beams. He's shown to dodge Space Godzilla's beam. Ghidorah's beams. With ease, and they're point blank. He could get around this and wait for Mazilla to go back in the base form. And also, even if he does get hit, he has the insane regen. So, honestly, I think the winner, surprisingly, will go to LK Godzilla. My guy will finally take a win. But it's not by much. It's an insane difficulty. Absolutely insane diff. Base to base, LK Godzilla wins. High diff. Thermal to thermal, with all forms, but we don't have Maszilla's final form because he hasn't revealed that yet. That will be soon or sometime. And it's access to all forms. Then LK Godzilla wins insane difficulty, barely walking out alive, walking out of the fight severely wounded, exhausted. Now before I end the video off, there's another way this fight could go. If Maszilla finds a way to get LK tired, though he might not kill him, he could definitely beat him to a point where LK would have to retreat and submit to Maszilla. That's the problem. If Godzilla tires him out, then he could probably win. Though, if he goes into his forms, it will boost his stamina for a good amount of time, but then ultimately he'll get tired again. But, in all, the fight should be that LK Godzilla should win, base to base, high diff, all forms, access all forms. They can use all forms if they use both, if they're able to get access to all their forms. Insane difficulty for LK Godzilla. So LK wins, high to insane diff. Thanks for watching. Tell me in the comments if I was wrong and what I should correct. Maszilla and Central Verse, if I messed up the scaling, just tell me. And yes, Thermal Godzilla at full power. I mean, True Nuclear Godzilla can get out to outer versal. Thermal can't. But should be higher than Maszilla. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And peace. And remember, guys, have a wonderful day. Because today is... What a wonderful day! Peace.